Hi everyone! In this video I'm going to try to explain how to create a character sheet on Nivel20. Okay, so first of all we open the web page. So here it is. We have here the section for my characters. So we just press there and the page loads this. Okay, so here we have all of our characters. And we can also add one. So if we see this orange button, yeah, here we have add. So we can choose the system. There's 3.5 edition, 5th edition, and another game that is a Spanish game. Okay, it's similar to D&D. So we just press here on D&D 5th edition, at least for this video, and we have this interface. Okay, so go here. I don't know where can I be. Okay, so in this page we can see the usual sections of a character sheet, but in other distribution just for the creation. So in the first one we have name. So as we can imagine is the name for the character. I chose Shadow Joker because, well, why not? And here the race. For this example, as we saw before, it's a high elf. And the class here for level 1 is a rogue. Okay, we can later edit the information of our character, but not the race or the class for the first level. So try to make the good decision not to have to begin again. Okay, so yeah, we choose the name, race, and the class, and later we can add it to a campaign if we are in this campaign, of if the master of your campaign has a character in a campaign, can come here and change the campaign of your character to another one of its own, or well, of their own. Okay, so here we can choose a picture for the face of our character, and in the second one for the full body, if we have one. If not, well, there's some default images here. Here we have the characteristics, and later we have here the background. It's selected acolyte, and if you can see here is the fit for acolyte. We can edit here. So if we want it in English, we could write here, okay, and apply. And here we can choose the personality options, so we just can add or write. So okay, and same for ideals, bonds, and problems. I don't remember in English. Okay, and here the proficiencies. Okay, by default are chosen the ones with the background, but we can change them. And here we have the options for another tools, or for example the flute, and we can add it here. Okay, here the alignment, so is legal good, neutral good, chaotic good, legal neutral, neutral, chaotic neutral, and that's it. Okay, we have all of them here. Appearance, so we can write here how tall it is, or the weight, or the color of the hair, the eyes, whatever we think is important. Here is the age. Here is the background, I mean the story of the character. So if you want, you can add it here, but be aware that any other member of the group could have access to your character sheet. So maybe you just write here not sensible information, or just write in another. I use Drive for Google Drive for writing the whole stories, and here sometimes I just leave a resume or a summary, sorry, or nothing. So, but the idea of this field is just to write your story. And here for the languages, and here is just notes. Okay, for example, if you're a druid, you can add here the animals where you can be game of, or well, you can write anything you consider you think it's important, like your wild shapes, your book of spells, whatever you think it's good to have here. You can add images or bullet list or whatever, so you can have here anything you like. And here is for the experience points if you are having track of them. So for the characteristics points, we can, it's really easy, so just press here and add them. So I'm going to use the default values to share. So for example, okay, for a row, if we can see here is 27 is for an adventurer. So if we use another distribution, the text changes. Okay, so if we see 27, it's correct. Okay, and we have here the status. So we can say indicate it's active is I don't remember. That's not well. Is forgotten, dead, or is maybe an NPC. Okay, and that's it. We have our character prepared to be created. So we just wait a bit, and here it is. For the first step, we can see the feats for the class. It is, and well, it's the proficiencies and the abilities. Okay, so we can see here expertise and other abilities. Okay, so they are closed because we don't have to choose anything. If we had, then it will be open by default, not just up here hidden. We just move on. So here we have the hit points. As you know, for the first level usually is the maximum, so it's already prepared here. And we have here some aspects we have to select. So because it's a row, we have here the proficiencies and the expertise. We already have some proficiencies with the background, so they are already selected and we can't select it again. So we just choose another 4 in this case. Okay. I'm choosing stealth of hands and stealth. For example, this is lying. I don't remember how is it on the official. And I don't know. Investigation, okay. And here we have all of them because it's not the platform is not restricted. Okay, we know that we just can choose here skills where we already have proficiency, but the program allows us to choose another one, so we are going to be respectful with the rules, and we can choose just the ones we have already proficiency. So for example, these two, okay? Just we accept, and we can see the character sheet complete. So because it's in Spanish, I'm going to explain or translate some of the words. Now I remember, it's not lying, it's deception. Okay. So here, the characteristics we have is in the same order. So strength, dexterity, concentration, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Okay, as you can imagine. But we have here, well, if we press, we can roll the dice, as you can see. Okay, and if we press here, we can personalize. So we could put here strength. Okay, sorry if I write it wrong. And then this will appear. So we can change the names also here. Not here, I wanted there. Here. So I remember it's deception. And as we can see here, we can change the description or the modifier. We can add another +1, or change if it has proficiency or not. And also add that by default is 15 or whatever. And now it's 15 because I have this special object and have it here. So we can add it here, and we can see the name in English. Here I don't know why it didn't appear, but it's changed. Okay. Okay, so we can change. We want the names of all of them. It will be acrobatics, arcane, athleticism, deception, history, interpretation, intimidation, investigation, stealth of hands, medicine, nature, perception. This is insight, persuasion, religion, stealth, survival, and handling animals, I think. I don't remember. Okay, and here at the end we have other proficiencies. So we have the flute here, we added before, and the weapons we have proficiency. Okay, and the armors too. So if we have something extra like the flute or a tool or something, I recommend to add it with the background, same way we added the flute, because in that case it will appear here. Okay, so we have here the main characteristics, here hit points, here initiative, movement, armor class, and the proficiency bonus. Here are the saving throws, same order, and here we would have the attacks. Okay, if we would have weapons or something, they will appear here. Okay, we can add it later. So I think this is the main point. How we can add another instrument or tool, as we said before, we have here at the top edit. Okay, so we just press on edit and we have the same page we saw before. Okay, so but we can't change class and race, as I said, and we also can eliminate or delete or remove the character sheet here. Remove it. Okay, so we keep going. Okay, next up we have our background and the picture we could have upload, but this is by default the picture for the elf. Okay, so we have here the alignment, the background, and personality feats, another, and the proficiencies, okay, with the background and the flute, okay? And if we have the notes or something, they will appear here. Here we have the feats for our race. If we press here on the name of the race, we can see it. Okay, if we press here, we can see the information detailed and read it, but it's in Spanish, so if you are trying to practice it, if not, well, you have here, but you can open it in more detail, not for the race, but for the Feat classes, yes, you can just press and it's open, it's more detailed. They will be uploading this, but well, for now, this is the way, okay? But what happens if my master says, well, because you came from this special country, you have another ability. Okay, I say, yeah, sure. How can I add it? Or maybe your master says, well, you don't know the language of the diffs. So you just come here, press on edit, and you can delete some of your threads or feeds, and you just choose one, and it will be removed or it will be hidden, or you can add a new one. So my special trait, and you can add here a small, you can say just, okay, 300 characters, but you could, I don't know how to, a small description, okay? And this will appear at the end of your list of feats for your class, and here. So you can see here, okay? If it's too long or something, you just create 2 or 3 or how many you need, and just share the description. And well, it could be here, okay? So what about our weapons and our armor? So here we have equipment, and we just press here, and the first one is for weapon, second one for armors, and the last one is for another kind, like packages or instruments or tools, okay? So we can choose a sword, for example. In Spanish is espada, so short sword, and it's added, and you can see here means permite atacar, is useful, or you can attack with it. If you have this checked, the information for attack appears. If not, it disappears, okay? So it's used with strength, because we're rogue, we are going to change to dexterity, and also because the weapon allow it, okay? And also dexterity for the damage, okay? And here is if it gives us protection for armors, okay? So it's not the case. And here we have checked that we are proficient with this. We are proficient with this weapon, so they will add the proficiency bonus, okay? So just for reading, this is the object, the base object, so we can edit it. Here is the category, here is the name, we can rename it, is my ounce sword, okay, for example. The description, well, my aunt gave me this sword when I was trapped in a forest, and I had to defend myself. It was so good that it was for me, okay, for example. So attack, protection, proficiency, and here is the attack roll. So dexterity, and we have any extra bonus, because this is a magical weapon, we can add here. It's +1, and same for damage, +1 too. And here is the damage, we can say, I don't know, 1d12. the reach, how long we can use it for attack. By default, the sword doesn't have, but the bow would have it here. And here is the target. It is one creature, or maybe 5 creatures, or an area, or whatever. Here is the type of damage. Okay. Like a bludgeoning, or I don't know, cold or fire. And here, if the weapon, we can use it with 1 or 2 hands, the damage here is with 1 hand, and we can add it here if we use it with 2 hands. I already use 1 to 1d12, so I don't know. Okay, but we could have here 1d8 and there 1d6, like it was at the beginning. Sorry. Come on. Okay. Here is the munition, so 20 arrows or whatever. If we want to have it here, the price, the weight, and where we have keep it. Okay, it's 1 hand, 2 hands, it's an armor, or our back, head, or other. Okay, just more information. And here, if we have this weapon equipped, or we just are having it, but we are not equipped with it, or we just living in another, I don't know, in our house or something, so it's safe, but not with us. And here we have the properties the weapons have. Okay, I don't remember these names in English. Well, I have here the book. I recommend to use the book when we use this platform, because there's not everything finished, so some things are not like in the book. For example, we can add expertise on skills where we don't have proficiency. So, for example, like that, there's more. For example, for calculating the spell slots with the paladin or the artificer, it makes it like if they were full spellcasters and they aren't. So better use the book. Okay. So here we have the properties for the weapons, like light, heavy, finesse. Okay, special, strong. Okay. And we have in here, we can add more or whatever we think. Arcane Focus also is here, okay, if it were the case. Talking about Arcane Focus, I recommend, if it's a magical class, add here the name of your focus, for example, or the bag of components, or just the name, spells, whatever you consider. It allows us to attack, and we choose for this, because it's going to be Arcane Trickster, so we choose intelligence for the attack roll and also for the damage. Okay, well, in this case, and we are proficient, so proficient, so we can have it in this way and just add it. So we will see this with the other weapons, and we will be able to press here to roll damage or whatever. Okay, fine. And well, we can choose also an armor. So by default, as a rogue, we have here our leather armor. Okay, so add it. I don't know, because we are rogue, we can also begin with the div tools. So we add it in here. So we have to pay attention that not all of this that you're seeing is by default on the app. Okay, the ones who are Dungeon Master, Patreon Dungeon Master, can create books, rule books on the platform, and they can share this content with others. So I think these packages aren't with the main content, but it's really easy to add anything you don't have. I mean, this interface is really easy. If you don't have, you just come here and write the name, okay, the description, if it allows you to attack or whatever, and you add it in here, and it's easy. But if you don't see anything that I have, maybe it's because you don't have the book that has these characteristics. Or you could add it with this interface, or you can become a Dungeon Master Patreon and you will have it. Okay, and here is for other possessions. We can use Markdown here. So for example, we could go to my, I created an entry on my webpage with information about Markdown, and we can use it there. So for example, we could add a potion here with this code. You have, I'll put the link on the comments, and also you can add here the equipment from your background or the money you have. There's no a calculator for money for now, or to keep tracking of the weight you're carrying, but well, this will appear someday. Okay. Oh, it's not working. I maybe missed some symbol or something. But well, you can trust me, it works. Okay. And finally, we have actions. And here, it's like in different games, and then we just have this prepared and press here. Oh, rolls. Okay, so we can make here, well, change here the settings, dark mode, the sound, and change things through the die, not without animation, how last the die appears and disappear later. It has 10 seconds here. The size of the buttons are the text, okay, and the text. And for adding more or removing another, we can, for example, we have our saving throws, and we can hide them, okay, because we don't like it there. And we can add another like special attacks with our feats, with our rogue, or any special attack that adds different dices. For example, if we use Firebolt at higher levels, we just can here Firebolt and add here, I don't know, 3d8, or we can also use some code to make it automatic. So for example, we have here the references, okay? So if we want to use our level, we just use info level and multiply or plus or whatever. We have here examples, okay? So for the rogue, there's also here, and we can use, okay, with critical attack or with this weapon or with the other one, or special feats, okay? So we can use that. Okay. And we also have here, if we want to add a folder, okay, instead of the action, we can have different folders, and in each folder we can add the actions we want. Okay, so just update. And that's it. Okay, this is our favorite. Well, we can choose any image. I didn't choose, but we can. Okay, we can edit and choose. For now, it's just on this list, but later we will be able to add any from our computer. Okay, so this is the main information about the character. But if we remember, this is a high elf, so it should be able to use magic because it have a cantrip. But we don't have any area where to write it. Okay, well, we could use notes, we could use, sometimes people use here in other possessions, or we could add it like we added spells, okay, depending on which spell we choose, or in Feats we could add that cantrip. We could add the name, extra cantrip, and the description of the spell. Why is that? We don't have a tab for spells or magic because this class is not magical, okay? If we would have chosen one, it will appear. It could appear, but it's not the case. They will change this, but for now, it's how it works. But in this case, we're going to choose Arcane Trickster. So it will have magic with the class. So we just add a new level. We can multi-class here choosing another class, but not the case. So just upload a level, and we see the new feats for second level. Okay. And here, as we know, if we upload a level, we level up, we can roll a die or choose, well, not so bad, or choose the medium plus one, the half plus one. So, well, in this case, not so bad. Okay, level 2. The Constitution extra bonus is already added, okay? We can see here, if we press on armor, for example, how we get this 14, okay? So with the armor we have 11, and we add dexterity, that is +3, okay? Just in case we're interested. Okay, so we need another level to choose the archetype. So here is, okay, so we choose, and here is, okay, our new damage because we level up, okay, and we have here, we are a spellcaster now, okay, we have here it's 8 plus our modifier, okay, we know that, okay. So now, again, wish me luck. No, not this time, okay. Well, I tried. Okay, and here is, we can see now there's a new tab with magic. We see our spell magic characteristic, that is intelligence. We have our CD for saving throws, that is 13, and we have the attack. Okay, almost at 20. Okay, I show that. Okay, so we have here how many spell slots we have, that there are 2 for level 1. And we have here how many spells we know, okay? And we have here how many cantrips we know. I mean the number this is where I said the paladin or the artificer. Well, it's not artificer, but it could be. It's not well calculated. Okay, so pay attention to these aspects while they are not fixed. Okay, so if we want to see the spells, we can press here and we'll go to a list of the spells. The spells that will appear here, in this case, are filtered because we have here just mage spells, because are the ones the rogue can choose. But we also have another filters here. Okay, level, school, category, or just the order by name or by level. Okay, and also we can write here. Okay. Okay, here is just to check the list. If we press, we see it's in more detail. Okay, and we have the main information. Okay, the book where it's kept, the components, time to cast the spell, reach, duration, everything. Okay. And we have to know another aspect for this platform. It's the main spells, the basic spells are associated with the class that they are for. For example, open or firebolt or whatever are associated with the class can use them. But if we add another spell with a rule book being a Patron Dungeon Master, we can't add to the basic classes this spell. Not for now, okay? So sometimes they won't appear here. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So what we can check here the spells we like, wherever. And when we have it decided, we just can here and add the first one here, or we have here edit button. Okay, we press here, we can add, for example, this spell, minor illusion. But well, I had in my story a moment when I were with a patron. I mean, a patron with a warlock, and I don't know why, but I learned their magical spell, this chaotic cantrip. Okay, but it doesn't appear here because I'm not a warlock. So how can I find it? Or the spells, like I said before, maybe are for mages or wizards, but they're in another book we added with a rule book. So we just press here that in this check, and we can look for spells in another classes or without class. So it could add this spell. And same for level 1 or the other levels. Okay, and just save. If we have automatic spells that we learn because, for example, because we are druids or paladins or whatever, they are not added automatically. Okay, we have to come here and add it. And also here the calculate for this is not paying attention to the extra ones you have by default or with your level or with a feat or whatever. They are here just as a class. Okay, so keep that in mind to remember. And also there's not a way to check if you are a wizard, if you have the spells. I mean, you don't have a book and a check for prepare spells, so you can read them on the notes or add them in a weapon or wherever you can find it easy to remember. But for now, there's no a check just to say this is prepared or this is not, but this is all my book of spells. So just keep that in mind too. And well, we have here our spells. If we open them, we have it here. And if we press here, if we see there's 3d8 or any other number, we can press here and they will roll. Okay, just in the text of the spells, it's allow us to roll. We also can minimize them and keep them here just if we need to check anything on them. Okay, so we can roll. We hit, I think hit, and then we can attack because it deserves. Okay, no, well, I'm going to roll like if I were level 5. Why not? Okay, we have here the description, or well, I'm going to roll normally, okay? So just 1d8, not so bad, okay? And this is for the magic. I think if you are multi-classing, it doesn't calculate the spells mix, okay? It calculates separately, so another thing to have in mind, okay? But, well, I think it's good enough. I mean, they're creating the platform meanwhile we're talking about it. Okay. Okay, so what more? I think is this the basic, but we have here our campaign. Okay, if we press here, we go to that campaign. Well, here you see close to the number of the level, there's a small button. We can enter here and edit the last level. Okay, if we want to change another level, we have to delete the level, delete the before one, delete. Okay, so, or also we have some actions here on the character sheet. Come on, here, upload the level, share. We will get a link to share, and duplicate or create a copy. So we could imagine we have this character sheet on level 15. Okay, I would like, but I don't know. She had a baby and is learning, and now it's a teenager and has, I don't know, it's following her steps, and now has, I don't know, 25. But it's just level 2. So we create it, and when you try to duplicate, they ask for the level, lower one. So we could choose level 1, level 2, level 3. If we were 15, so we would have 15 choice. And here we have to space for the name for the new one. If not, it will be copy of. Okay. Here for refreshing, maybe something is not loading well or something, we just press here and try again. And here is to print, but it's created the character sheet in PDF format, and then you can print it if you want. Okay, so we're covering the point. The name of the campaign, if we press here, we go to the campaign. Okay, in this case, it could be this. This is the character before, so we refresh it because I had it already. Okay, so we have here our shadow joker. Okay, perfect. If we go here, we have the campaign diary. We talked about this before. We can add here any entry for session 1, session 2, and then session 3. Okay, and here we have the bot, the register, and the chat. Okay, so we have here the log of all dice roll. Okay, and here we have our character. If our master allows us, we can press here and save damage for damage. Okay, and save and ouch. Okay, we have here on color blue for temporary hit points. Healing is on green, damage is in red, and we can also can change it here. Okay, I don't know. 4. Okay, and here's the maximum hit points. We can change it also if any attack or effect change our maximum of life, and we can change it. Oh, wow, I'm awesome, or oh no. Okay, and if we delete it, by default is the one. This doesn't affect to the character sheet, it's just here on the battle register. Okay, okay. Here we have the spell slots, because if we remember we had 2, so we can check here. Okay, oh no, I spent both of them. And we can also add another bits or whatever we can spend. For example, the hit dice for using on short rest. So because it's a row, it could be a d8, and because it's level 3, it could be 3. Okay, we can add if we want arrows or whatever. But if we add arrows, sorry, I don't know what I said. If our master press on the button of restart, well, we will recovering everything. So pay attention to that. Okay. So okay, apply. Here it is. Okay. So now, oh, I need a rest. Okay. Resting. Okay. Fine. And if you see here, we can use my answer and just attack from here. Okay. We can play from using our mobile phone and our friends on the computer, and if we press here, they share the information and we can see on the chat. Okay, here they will appear. Okay, so I think this is the main. And also, if we press on the live, we have this. If we press in any section here, we roll also for the damage. But that's the one. If we press outside, we see our actions. Okay, and we can use also again critical damage. Okay, so we have it here. Okay, and if we press on the name or on the character, we have here everything. Oh, I need to roll deception. Okay, I'm going to lie to you. And you. Oh, come on, sorry, here. And then now. Well, you realize. Sorry, I tried. Okay, so here it is. And obviously the bestiary tab, it wouldn't appear just if we are players. Okay, and last one is the tabletop. Okay, for the tabletop we have here the other character. I'm going to refresh, so our character will appear too, and we can do the same things we did before. I mean, actions, roll, just clicking, open our character sheet in our tab. Okay, here it is. So we have here this small arrow on the top. It's not well shown in my, well, you trust me, okay? So we have it here, as we saw before. We can open it, and I'm going to attack this badass, so I'm going to keep my spell here just to have it easy to find. Okay, and also my, okay, here it is. Okay, so if someone is playing with me, just close your eyes, because I'm going to open the character list and I don't want you to see this. Okay, okay, lucky is slow. This is my internet connection. Okay, don't blame the platform. Okay, here we will open on the first one section, that is heroes. The second is the bestiary, and the last one is other, is the one I have opened. So in order, or one of them, we can press here on new at the end on the plus, and we can create our character. Okay, is not linked. I mean, we have our character sheet on the web app, and on the tabletop we just can see the combat log, but not but there's not a miniature linked with our character sheet again for now. Okay, so we have to create it. So here is the name. This check is mostly for the DMs, just if the characters can't see the name and just the DM can see the name. Here's a section for the description, and here if we press, it's just again for the face of our miniature if we want to use any image or something. Okay, and here in the second one there are the miniature, and we can see here different, well, the size of the creature. We can see how it changed. Well, we can use image, a normal, a common one. We can use a 3D model. Okay, edit, male, female, come on, the back. Okay, we can create it from here, spending some time. We can't upload from Hero Forge or anything, or at least for now, it's just the ones are on the application. These are prepared to survive in a web, not to be printed, so the weight is different. Okay, so we have also another option here, that is the gallery, where we can find beautiful creatures like spiders, beasts, dragons, ants. Okay, so now Shadow Joker is going to be, I don't know, an ant, for example, or a skeleton, because he is using this guise. Okay, for example, so cute. And we have some small personalization options here, depending on which one we have more or less. Now I close it. Okay, for example, I think with the skeleton we have more. Okay, sorry, it's my connection. I live in a town. Here it is. Okay, the slave, soldier. Okay, knight, well, on the back, well, a sword. Okay, and here you can change the size. Okay, if you remember before, we had two options here. The other one was to leave some space between the floor and the feet, so it could appear that is floating or flying maybe. Okay, so here is again for the floor. I call for floor because I don't remember the name. Never, I always forget. So we can change the size also, a small one, medium, big, giant. Okay, gargantuesque. And the texture here. Okay, and the color. Okay, or without it. And here we have the vision range, but it doesn't matter. I mean, when we add the miniature to the tabletop, this vision range will be restarted to 0, because if we add it in a bad place, we will be, well, we'll see what we maybe shouldn't. So for saving that is restarted to 0 for now. Here the second one is serial. It avoids that the creator could have an accident with another one. Okay, yeah, you know, or when you roll the dice, they could hit the miniature, which can be funny, but when it happens a lot, it's not funny. Okay, so is this check. And also if you are using a two-dimension, just an image instead of a miniature, if you want to kill it, you can't have a serial mark, so you can clear, take off, and kill them. Okay, here is invisible, just the master could see it, and his increments when you're copying it. So if you have, I don't know, 5 goblins, you just create goblin 1 and press here increment, and later, if you are the master, you have duplicate, and just when duplicate, it add the next number. So goblin 2, goblin 3, goblin 4, sorry. Crazy. So, okay, we add this miniature. We're going to hide this. Okay. And we can add the one I had before and the new one. And also, if you add an image with transparent background, they will seem cool. I mean, see this, it's not so bad. Okay, it's not so good, so bad, but it's good enough. Okay, I'm going to close this. Okay, and we are going to be closer with the zoom. For moving them, you just press on the floor and hold on a bit, okay, and then you can move. Okay, you see the animation, not for the, oh sorry, I didn't hold. Okay, here it is. If you press on the table, well, you move everything, is moving. Okay, so it's very easy. You can see here on the top the image will appear when you add it on the first tab. Okay, the one you see is this one, the avatar. Okay, I don't know if I forgot something, but I think this is the main one. So when you take care, you can cross the walls, so be respectful with the maps, and that's it. It's really used to move. You could play chess here if you want. Okay, I mean, I said it in the other video, I think. I always say the same. Okay, so, well, you just have here characters, not maps, not scenes, not fog. This, yes, you would have settings. Just write your name here, and this will be the name will appear on the top. The color of the dice and the quality, the graphic quality. Okay, by default it is the maximum, so if it is going slow, just come here first, change it, and then you can be happy again. And now they have this that is new. As you can see, you can scale the interface. Okay, for people with different visual problems if they need. Okay, this is not saved, so each time you open it, you have to rescale. Okay, and the last one, you don't have it, but the one before, yes. Okay, you can see from the top, but for now they don't have tokens, so it's not so cool. Okay, but well, I think as player you don't use very much this point of view. As master I use it, but when I'm a player I use this one. Okay, so I think this is everything. I probably forgot something, but we'll find out another what I could forget. Okay, so I think I show you can open here. Well, it's like the same. I mean, you can open here. Oh, come on, pressing on the image or the actions too. Okay, and press again and it disappear. Okay, I think that's it. That's enough. And well, you also have here the settings and everything. If you need to change something like the sound when you roll a dice, and also on the top here there's a small dice and you can roll it if you need. And also if you want to roll 100, you remember as in real world you have to roll 2 dice, so you can add here 1d100 and plus 1d10 and roll. Okay. Well, 39. Not so bad. Okay, or whatever do you want to add here. And for cleaning, you have here, well, now they disappear magically, but you can change that, or maybe there's a lot, and you press here on clean and they will disappear, and the master, if press twice, clean all of the dice on the tabletop. Okay, so that's it, I think. Now yes. Okay, so I hope my English is good enough for you to understand the main concepts at least, and well, a bit of Galician. Gracias, that means thank you. And if you have any question, I explain something wrong or not clear, or I don't know, I realize I have mistakes when I talking, but it's too late for fixing. So well, ask anything if you need, and I'll try to upload more videos if they create new features or everything. Okay, so thank you for watching, and luck with your dice. Bye.